So everyone who was so committed should feel very much appreciated by this welcome remark. The patient's representative said that this is part of the DNA of his job, and the insights of this program should be integrated in the German social and healthcare policy. So these are very encouraging words. But how are we going to continue? Well, we had great pioneers who helped us with the funding of this program. I would like to welcome Susanne Melin and Jens Krug from the Barmer SHI. I would like to ask them to come on stage. And maybe you could also give us a microphone. Okay, the microphone is over here. Mrs. Susanne Melin is Senior Project Manager at the Robert Bosch Foundation since 2003. And since 2005, she's responsible for the activities and patients, self-management. And together with Professor Schäfer, she launched the National Health Plan for Health Literacy. And she's actually a trained historian. And she started working on these issues, and she adds a new perspective to that. Jens Krug is the desk officer for self-help and prevention at Barmer, and for more than 10 years he's been working in this area. He's actually advisor to the state representation, and in this body he has been working since 2000. And he's very well familiar with the health sector. He used to be a nurse. Mrs. Melin, Mr. Krug. So we just heard the welcome remark by the patient representative of the federal government. On the one hand, he was applauding your work, but you are stating that you made sure there was funding and the program ends now. And I would like to ask you, in hindsight, what was most impressive for you about this program? What is your highlight? What is the highlight of the past 8 years? I would first of all like to welcome you on behalf of the Robert Bosch Foundation. I'm pleased that so many people turned up physically and virtually. I'm very happy about that. So you asked me about a highlight. Well, pretty much the complete journey was a highlight for me. It was a great pleasure for me to make sure that this concept was implemented successfully in Germany. So the concept as well as the network that we managed to establish in Germany. We received a lot of positive feedback from our patients, great evaluation, and we established a constructive cooperation with our patients. But there's something that stands out for me particularly. Now, firstly, I was greatly impressed by the quick setup of the network, which was so resilient with regard to the COVID pandemic. Within a brief period of time, we developed online and telephone formats, and we responded quite swiftly to the pandemic. So it just seemed to be a hiccup, actually. Of course, this felt differently to the ones who had to carry out these formats, but I appreciated the speed. And then secondly, we not only foster the INSEA network, but also the so-called port centers, regional health centers for the primary long-term care. And we always thought to ourselves, these would be great centers for the implementation of these kind of programs. I'm very happy that INSEA is now already also established at the port centers. And they are also here today, and I'm very happy about that integration. I can feel that you're very enthusiastic about this program. Mr. Krug, in hindsight, what was a highlight for you? What did you appreciate most about the program? I would like to point out two things. Firstly, we discovered these American programs that were dealing with self-management of chronic diseases, those CDSMPs, and then we started working with these programs in order to join them, these CDSMPs, Chronic Disease Self-Management Programs. And self-management is also based on voluntary services. So I'm talking about those affected that get the support that they need, and they try to deal with their condition. And this is quite different from the regular care that you receive. So when you receive a therapy with a certain condition, you ask your doctor certain questions about his management of his everyday life. So I was impressed that these courses are proven to work. When we talk about self-help, this is always peer-to-peer based. We offer trainings, we offer pieces of information of good quality in order to deal with your everyday life. But to me, this is the very first self-help course that is evidence-based. And the German health system needs evidence-based programs. And as a representative of the SHI, I can only fund programs that are proven to work. Secondly, I would like to add a personal note. So we human beings are always driven by our habits. So when someone tells me that I suffer from a chronic disease or chronic condition, I might be someone who's affected. I'm not going to share that now. But then I always have to ask myself, how am I dealing with my chronic condition? And as a human being, I try to do my research. I try to get the right kind of information. But at the very beginning, once you receive your indication, your disease, the first question you have to answer is whether you can accept your disease. Your self-confidence is minimized. And during this program, I learned something about these classes. These classes help someone to believe in his or her self-efficacy. It helps those affected by conditions to become self-efficient and to deal with their condition in a better manner, which is an amazing and big thing. These are the two most important points for me. Thank you. But we also have those partners that were funding this project that were also impressed by the efficiency of this program. Thank you very much. So we're going to talk about the further development in a minute. We're looking forward to this day. Thank you very much for making this day possible for us.